What it do, Gay Tom crew? Hey man, listen. Today we're gonna be debunking Gay Tom, Fence Time, Bedtime, whatever you want to call him. We're gonna be debunking his most recent video on Khamzat Chimaev versus DDP. Now, I want to say this. I'm an enjoyer of Bedtime MMA. I'm a fan, I guess you can say. So this is not out of any malicious whatever. I'm not trying to expose him or crap on him or anything like that. I'm just simply here to give my points and counteract his points. Because look, if you want to make the argument that Khamzat could beat this man, that's fine. Like it's okay to make those arguments, but I thought his points were what was wrong with the video. Not that he said Khamzat was going to win. That's fine. But the points he made specifically is what I had an issue with. So let's get into it. Like and sub, share the video, and let's go. So Bedtime MMA, let's react to this.
What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to talk about the main event of UFC 319, which is Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. And as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, I feel like a lot of people are kind of misinterpreting Khamzat Chimaev and kind of underrating him and making him out to be a fighter that I don't really see. Like, I've watched a lot of Chimaev fights live. I've rewatched a lot of them leading up to this fight card, which is happening in a week or so, maybe like 2 weeks at this point. And I feel like Khamzat Chimaev, like I said, he's kind of being underrated. So I'm going to talk about the matchup. I'm going to talk about why I think Chimaev...
So I don't... When he says underrated, I'm not sure if he means like just in general, like, man, a lot of people are picking du Plessis. I mean, I have watched this already, by the way. Obviously, I've already watched it. But I'm not sure. So I guess he's going to elaborate on this point, but I'm not sure if he means like in general people are underrating Khamzat or if they're just underrating his skill, or I'm not sure. Man, Khamzat looks really fat in that picture. What the hell?
Has a better chance to win than a lot of people are giving him. And also why I think there's some narratives around him that I just don't think are true. So first things first is I just want to say, I feel like people are generally kind of like, I know Chimaev is the favorite going into this matchup. I know that he's like the betting favorite. And you ask most casuals, they're going to say...
He is. So he is, which is surprising, but he is legitimately the favorite in this fight. And yeah, I think, look, it's fair. It's fair. Khamzat Chimaev is the hardest fight for DDP. And DDP, in my opinion, is the hardest fight for Chimaev. So I think it's fair for Chimaev, though, to be the favorite, even though DDP is the champion. I guess there are more arguments for Khamzat than there is for DDP.
Say, bro, Chimaev fucking round one soft, dude. Okay? But I feel generally, and maybe because I'm a hardcore, we are all hardcores, right? When I see hardcores talking about this fight, I feel like most of them are picking Dricus du Plessis. And I feel like a lot of people kind of shit on Khamzat Chimaev and are like, yeah, dude, Chimaev...
I'm not sure if I agree with that. I've seen more of a split, man. I've seen a lot of people pick Khamzat. Maybe whatever he's seeing in his algorithm, or whether it's on YouTube or his comment section, I'm seeing a lot of people pick Khamzat. Like, yeah, there's the jokes like, oh, DDP's going to win by piano falling on Khamzat's head, or... You know, Khamzat's going to choke out DDP, but then Khamzat's going to take off his mask and reveal that he was actually DDP this whole time. I've seen a lot of that. You know, DDP's going to paint a freaking... I've seen all the memes, but I don't believe that... There are a lot of people that are still picking Khamzat. It's all the memes aside, people were not, like, underrating Khamzat and saying, you know what, I'm seeing a lot of people pick Khamzat, is what I'm trying to say, basically. I am still seeing it, so I'm not really sure here.
Only win by, you know, round 1 or 2 finish, and then DDP is going to destroy him in round 3, round 4. The same way they did with Robert Whittaker, where they were like, mate, Bobby Knuckles by fucking round 6 TKO, like that type of shit, right? I remember people even saying, dude, I don't know, man, the Diaz fight, now that I think about it, maybe Diaz would have won by round 3. So, like, I feel like people...
I've not seen anybody. I don't know if he's trolling with that. I've not seen literally anybody say Nate Diaz would beat Khamzat Chimaev. What the fuck is he talking? I've seen 0 people say that. I hope he's just trolling, because unless he's, like, reading, like, the most retarded Down syndrome... Bro, there's no way that, like, people are... I can't even speak. That's impossible. Anyways.
People act like Chimaev has no cardio, and they also act like in this fight, DDP has this massive cardio advantage. He's a fucking...
All right, here we go. This is the first point that we're going to kind of get into. So all the slog aside, that entire ass intro, we're actually going to get into the points.
He's like Marab out there, man. And that's going to help him beat Khamzat.
Okay, so no one has ever said DDP's like Marab out there. I don't know. I know Bedtime, what he likes to do is he likes to talk in extremes. I know that. Like, you're going to see it a bit later when he diminishes one of DDP's best wins. But he likes to kind of talk in like extremes. So no one has ever said DDP's like Marab out there. Nobody ever says that he has the greatest cardio of all time. But he's proven that he has pretty elite cardio, in my opinion, because we've literally seen him sub Israel Adesanya in round 4. We've seen him win 5-round decisions with a guy like Sean Strickland, who has a pretty good pace, who is a pretty tricky guy to figure out and to land good shots on. I know people are going to say Strickland's not good all of a sudden just because he's coming off of 2 DDP losses, but DDP is also really good. Like, come on, bro. Anyways, let's continue.
When, in my opinion, and based on what I've seen and what I'm going to present to you in this video, I feel like we don't actually have a lot of evidence of Khamzat Chimaev having this terrible gas tank. And yes, we know Dricus.
And so what's the evidence of him having a great gas tank then? What's the evidence? I mean, he's never had a 5-round fight. His only 2 3-round fights were against Usman and fucking Burns. 2 fights that people say he lost. Now, I think he won both fights. I think the Usman fight could have been a draw. Kind of should have been a draw. It should have been a draw. I think it should have been a draw. But a lot of people argue that the only 2-round fights he's had, correct me if I'm wrong, in the UFC were both controversial decisions that he won. So, yes, of course, people are going to say his cardio is a bit shoddy. You know, he's never had a 5-rounder. Again, DDP's had fucking 3 5-rounders. And one of his 5-round fights, that being against Adesanya, he subbed him in the 4th round. That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Dricus du Plessis can go 5 rounds. We've seen him perform well under fatigue. But we also know that as the fight goes on, his finishing potential does kind of go down, just like most fighters. Like, he finished
Israel Adesanya in the 4th round. I just said this. He finished Izzy in the 4th round. So as the fight goes on, his finishing potential goes down. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously. But at the same time, he finished Adesanya in the 4th round, in one of the later rounds, in the championship rounds. He had a pretty good rounds 4 and 5 against Sean Strickland. So, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure it was round 4 where he almost finished Strickland. I'm pretty sure.
Did get a round 4 finish against Israel Adesanya, but it's fucking Izzy, dude. Like, are we really pointing to that as like,
what?
Oh, dude, he's gonna finish, he's gonna sub Khamzat in round?
It's fucking Izzy, dude. What? Oh, yeah, so yeah, just because I have to make a point to big up Khamzat Chimaev. I'm just gonna diminish one of DDP's best wins. One of Khamzat's best wins is Gilbert Burns, dude. It's fucking Gilbert Burns, dude. What if I just said that? Oh, but it's Wash Kamaru Usman, dude. That's such a stupid point. It's fucking Izzy, dude. Like, Izzy's never been subbed in his entire MMA career. Oh, but someone comes along and subs him. But it's fucking Izzy, dude. It's Izzy, dude. Izzy's not good, bro. Like, Izzy's all of a sudden shit because I have to make a point. So it's fucking Izzy.
4, man. Izzy? Really? Like, Izzy coming
Izzy, really? It's Izzy, man. Oh my god, who's Israel Adesanya now? All of a sudden, Izzy is shit because I have to make a point.
Layoff.
Again, I'm a fan of Bedtime, but like, come on, bro. It's... Fuck.
Looking like a blob. I'm not going to say...
He looked like... Okay.
The blob, but, you know...
Okay, it takes it back. I was going to say looking like a blob. He was in great shape. He was in some of the best shape of his career.
Up a little bit slower, a little bit older, coming off a loss to Sean Strickland already.
So Whittaker wasn't a little bit slower and older when Khamzat fought him, right? Oh, no. When Khamzat beat Whittaker, though, that was prime Whittaker, right? When Khamzat beat Usman, who just came off of a flatline KO head kick, and that fight was on short notice. Oh, but it's Usman, bro. Who does that to Usman? Oh, but Izzy, though, it's like, oh, but it was Izzy. Oh, he's older and slower. But shot knees Kamaru Usman takes Khamzat to an arguable draw. And it's, but it's Usman. Who does that to Usman, folks?
Let's not act like Izzy is known for his elite grappling, right? And he got pressured backwards the whole time.
He is. I mean, he's not known for his elite grappling, but he's a pretty good counter grappler. A lot of people talk about, damn, Izzy's got really good takedown defense. He stuffed it. He looked great in round 1 against Mavov. Just the last fight. Just one fight ago. He literally stuffed the takedowns of a Mavov, and everybody was like, oh, the old Izzy is back. Damn, Izzy's back, folks. And then he got slept, of course, in the 2nd round, but he's a good counter grappler. He has good takedown defense. Yes, he is known for his defensive grappling. We have seen him taken down by Marvin Vettori and Gastelum, but oh well, that happens. It's a fight. Shit happens. We've seen fucking Ilya get taken down by Bryce. We saw him have a decision against Yusuf Zalal. We saw him take Josh Emmett to a 5-round. It's a fight. It happens, of course. I'm just saying, man, don't diminish Adesanya now because you have to make a point to big up Khamzat.
He had to defend some grappling early on. We saw Izzy slow down, but we also saw DDP slow down in that fight. And even against Strickland. When we saw that Strickland in the first fight was able to get back up pretty easily from Dricus, they went 5 rounds. He did wear a lot of damage from basic jabs and teep kicks and shit like that. The second fight, he went 5 rounds, but he was really in control of the pace. And I don't think that's going to happen against Khamzat Chimaev. And I think that going into this fight, yes, Khamzat Chimaev is most dangerous for a finish in the first and second round. You look at the average fight time, it's like 6 minutes, dude. It's round 1 or 2 most of the time by finish. But I think that Chimaev can win a 5-round fight against Dricus du Plessis. I think he can get takedowns in control time. I think he can land ground and pound from the back. Pause. I think he can land, good shots when he takes down Dricus. I think he can latch up some sub attempts from dominant positions. And I think as the fight goes on, he might even be able to land good shots on the feet, such as his jab and the uppercut out in the open. Because I think both these guys
not the jab. Not the jab of Khamzat. Oh my god. Because he only ever KO'd like GM3 with that shitty ass jab. Anyway, sorry, but
I think both these guys are willing to go 5 rounds and able to go 5 rounds, relatively similar in terms of their ability to go that distance.
Off of what evidence though? What evidence tells you that Khamzat can go 5 rounds the same way DDP can? What evidence? Khamzat's only ever had 3-rounders. He's never had a 5-rounder. There's a reason people are saying, damn, once it gets to the later rounds, DDP can win. Because we've seen DDP get finishes in the later rounds. We've seen DDP win 5-round decisions against guys who it's pretty hard to win decisions against, like Sean Strickland. We've seen DDP rally back in the later rounds. It's not like impossible. We saw him finish Darren Till in the 3rd. Oh, but Darren Till was piecing him up. It's a fight. Shit happens. He improved since that fight massively. Maybe his wrestling is not super proven, I'll be honest, but still. Like, where's the evidence that Khamzat Chimaev can go 5 rounds? Because you think he can? There's no evidence of it. He's only ever had 3-rounders. He fights like the round's gonna be a 1-rounder,
Way that I'm gonna debunk this is I'm gonna point out some evidence. Number 1. People think that the way that Khamzat Chimaev fights, he can't sustain it for 5 rounds. And that's obvious, right? But Dricus du Plessis is exactly the same. He slows down as the fight.
Again, he just already made this point, but Adesanya was subbed in the 4th round by DDP. Now, again, yes, I know DDP, part of that is just his grit, his heart, his determination, to get the finish. But the cardio does play a factor. You can have all the heart you want, but if you don't have the cardio to back that up, you're not going to get the finish. Obviously, his power remains as well, because there was that moment where he kind of rocked Izzy in the 4th round, and then that's what led him to get the double leg and then get the rear naked choke, which wasn't even fully in, and Izzy still tapped because of how strong DDP was in that 4th round. So obviously, DDP, he keeps his power, he keeps his strength. You can't just say, oh, but
it goes on. You rewatch the Izzy fight, the movements and the animations and the fatigue, you see him slow down in the 3rd and 4th round. He's struggling to get back up after Izzy defends a takedown, but he has so much heart and so much determination that he's able to get that win. I present this to you. The Whittaker fight was scheduled for 5 rounds. Khamzat Chimaev prepared to go 5 rounds against Bobby Knuckles, meaning he prepared for the possibility of the fight.
But it wasn't a fight. Who cares? I don't care if he prepared for 5 rounds. He prepared for 5 rounds against Nate Diaz. The Nate Diaz fight was going to be a 5-rounder. That was the main event of a pay-per-view. Oh, but he prepared for 5 rounds against Robert Whittaker. I don't care. He almost missed weight, by the way, for that fight. I don't know if you guys know that. I think they had to give him like an extra hour or extra 30 minutes. But, I mean, look at the physique. Like, he looks fucking flabby as hell. But the whole point of he prepared for a 5-rounder. It doesn't matter. Like, DDP's prepared for like 4 or 5-rounders in a row or 3. But, come on.
Fight going long, even though he always fights with so much aggression that he's always trying to finish you in round 1 and 2. He improved his training camp. He improved his lifestyle so much, dude. When you look at that Usman fight versus the Whittaker fight, it is 2 different people. Chimaev trained at elevation.
Because it's 2 different opponents. Like, Usman, to me, is a harder matchup for Khamzat than Whittaker, by far, I would say. Yes, I know Whittaker is a very good counter grappler, but let's actually, you know what? Let's talk about the moment where he subs Robert Whittaker, right? Because his hooks weren't, the hooks weren't even in properly. The arm wasn't around the neck properly. It wasn't behind the head properly. Again, the hooks weren't even in with the legs. It wasn't even a proper choke. And Whittaker tapped. You know why Whittaker tapped? Because with photo evidence, he showed that his teeth and his jaw literally collapsed. So that's why he panic tapped, because his fucking bottom jaw literally collapsed on itself. Now, you could say that's because Khamzat squeezed, but it was a pre-existing injury. So I'm not going to like, it's a great win and it's a good win. And like the fact that he got Whittaker down is impressive. And, you know, he got him in that position to get the choke. And he might have still got the choke if Whittaker didn't instantly tap. But my point is, I'm not going to completely freaking give him insane glades for that choke, because at the end of the day, Whittaker's teeth literally collapsed. Like, you have to factor that in. So I don't think it's a night and day fight. I really don't. Oh, it's night and day compared to the Usman fight. And also, the Usman fight was on short notice anyway. So, yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe if Usman had a full fucking camp, yeah, maybe, it's just, also, in my opinion, Usman, even though it was short notice, I still think Usman is a bit stronger than Whittaker, even though he is a welterweight, which is insane to say, but he, to me, is still stronger than Whittaker. Whittaker's not the biggest middleweight or the strongest. Like, yes, he has very good counter wrestling, and you know what's funny about that as well? You guys want to know the only people to ever take down Robert Whittaker? Khamzat Chimaev, Yoel Romero, and, oh yeah, there's another guy on that list. Oh yeah, Dricus Duplessis, or Duplessis, however the fuck you say his name. But you get my point. So, let's keep going.
Got rid of the distractions. He got rid of fucking Kadyrov from his training camp. He brought in better coaches and training partners. And the result was he absolutely destroyed Robert Whittaker. You guys know I love Bobby Knuckles, man. But genuinely, I'm going to say this with no irony whatsoever. Who does that to Robert Whittaker? Please tell me who does.
Who does that to Robert Whittaker? Bro, DDP KO'd Robert Whittaker with a jab. DDP has done that to Robert Whittaker, man. Stop. DDP took down Whittaker and then KO'd him in the second round. He took him down. He sent Whittaker to a stool all gassed and bloodied, and then KO'd him with a fucking jab in the second. It was like a TKO. He dropped him with a jab, and then he TKO. I get it, but it wasn't like a flatline KO with a jab. But still, who does that to Whittaker? Oh, you mean Whittaker, the same guy that does the chicken dance every fucking fight? The same guy that gets fucking wobbled with a head kick against Paulo Costa. Got wobbled against DDP and then finished by DDP. Come on, yes. It's not like, I love Robert Whittaker too. But who does that to Whittaker? It's not some crazy, like, come on, bro. It's not some insane feat. Who does that to Adesanya? No one's ever subbed Adesanya in his whole career. Oh, but Adesanya was washed. No, Whittaker wasn't washed when Khamzat fought him. Whittaker was in his prime. But Israel Adesanya, though, he sucked. He was cooked. It's not like Israel Adesanya just KO'd Pereira not that long ago. Whittaker was coming off of an Ikram Aliskerov KO. Whoa! Shut the fuck up, man. Who does that to Whittaker? Oh, my God.
Because Khamzat Chimaev went into that fight prepared to go 5 rounds, in much better shape, physically filled out to be a middleweight.
He doesn't look in better shape. He looks fat in this picture. He doesn't look in much better shape. He looks flabby. I've seen him in better shape than this. Now, that's because he was at welterweight where he was ripped. He doesn't look in much better shape. He looks flat. What are you talking about? He looks fat in this picture. What do you guys think? Does this look in much better shape to you than his other fights and his other... Come on, bro. He literally looks flabby. Come on. Like, yes, he's got a good physique, but he doesn't look like super, like, fucking cut up and everything. He's not DDP, or he's not... Even Adesanya looked in better shape in his last fight.
Robert Whittaker with his grappling and finished him with some physicality also involved. He is a mix of both of those things, and I feel like the narrative of him gassing out really comes from 2 fights. The Gilbert Burns fight and the Kamaru Usman fight. Dude, he gassed out against Burns, man. He gassed out against Usman, bro. He got dropped by Burns, dude. He lost to Usman. He won both of those fights. That's number one. He won both of those fights. And despite the claim...
So then I'm going to make the argument. Every fight DDP has ever... Oh, well, Brunson took down DDP. Oh, well, Till almost finished DDP. Well, he won all those fights, right? And he got finishes in those fights too. I'm just saying. So you know, if you want to make that argument, use that argument, fine. But it goes both ways.
Seems that he has bad cardio, or he gassed out in those fights. The Burns fight was an insanely aggressive and high pace where they were striking for the majority of the fight. He chose not to grapple, even though early on he takes down Burns, controls him. For whatever reason, he was really scared of getting subbed by Burns. And instead, they stand up for 3 rounds, scrapping on the feet, where Burns does have crazy, like, KO type of power, especially at welterweight. And even in that fight, Chimaev won the 3rd round. They're like, oh, Chimaev slowed down. He won the fucking 3rd round of that fight. And he nearly finished him. He dropped him in the 1st round with a jab. He got dropped at the end of the 2nd round, even though it was a competitive fight back and forth in that round. And in the 3rd round, he has Burns up against the fence, wobbling, almost finished him. I'm sorry, that fight is good for Chimaev.
It's Gilbert. Like, what do you? It's Gilbert Burns. What's the point here? Is the point that whoa, he almost finished Gilbert Burns? Whoa. The same. Okay, we're gonna play his game, right? The same way you're gonna diminish the Adesanya when it say it's Israel Adesanya. Well, he had a war with Gilbert Burns. Do you understand what you're saying here, dude? He almost finished Gilbert Burns, a guy who's a lightweight size welterweight. Again, he almost finished Gilbert Burns. Yeah. So this is the point. You can't diminish DDP's win over Israel Adesanya and then big up Khamzat's win over, once again, I'm going to say his name, Gilbert Burns. And he was scared to grapple with Gilbert Burns, yes, at times. It's not like he got every takedown he went for, though, against Burns. I'm pretty sure Burns did stuff, a few of those takedowns, and he did pretty well defensively on the bottom. But the thing is, Gilbert Burns has not subbed anybody except like Neil Magny in his entire MMA or his entire UFC and MMA career. So I'm not going to come on, bro. Let's keep going. But
if you're a Chimaev fan, you're picking Chimaev. That is not something to be like, oh, I don't know, man. He got dropped by Burns. DDP, known for his one-shot KO power. He's going to drop Chimaev.
He is. Was that supposed to be sarcastic? DDP is known for his one-shot KO power. The fuck? Known for his one-shot KO power. Yeah, he does have one-shot KO power. I know the name I'm about to say is not that impressive, but he did KO, flatline KO Trevin Giles with one shot. Okay, fine, that's not impressive. Well, guess what? He dropped Robert Whittaker and rocked him really bad with a jab. So yes, DDP is known for his one-shot KO power. Whereas Gilbert Burns, you're bigging up this Gilbert Burns win. What power is he known for? What crazy power is Gilbert Burns known for? Because he's really shown his power in his last few fights, right? Yeah, in that Michael Morales fight, he really showed his power there, folks. But he put Usman to one knee, so that means what? That he has good power. Come on, man. Diminishing DDP just to big up Khamzat's opponents and to big up Khamzat. You can't. If you're going to make the argument for Khamzat, you have to also bring in DDP's wins and DDP's strengths and DDP's. Come on. You can't just be like, oh, well, Gilbert. Come on, let's keep going.
That's good that happened to Chimaev, dude. That's not a bad thing. I would be really worried if he had like a Umar Nurmagomedov Mickey Mouse run to this Dricus fight, but he hasn't. He's had hard.
He has one win against a middleweight, by the way. I just want to say that. I'm just saying. It's not that different than Umar's fucking run. He's had one win against one ranked middleweight, and that's Robert Whittaker. Come on. I'm just saying, folks.
Fights. He's had bad matchups. Burns is a bad matchup. And Usman was a bad matchup as well, and I'll talk about that in a second. But in the Burns fight, he got dropped.
Wait, what? Burns is a bad matchup? How is Burns a bad matchup? How is Gilbert Burns a bad matchup for any fighter on the roster? Even prime Gilbert Burns. He's good. Gilbert Burns in his prime. I'm a Gilbert Burns fan. I'm a massive Gilbert Burns fan. But, Gilbert Burns is a bad matchup? What? Is Gilbert Burns any more of a bad matchup than Dricus du Plessis then? Is that... I think Adesanya would be a worse matchup for Khamzat. The fuck you say? Burns is a bad matchup. Burns is a bad matchup. Fucking DDP would molest Gilbert Burns in a minute. Stop, man. I know he's a middleweight, but still. Burns is a bad matchup. For who?
Won the first round clearly. Chose not to grapple because he was scared of the jiu-jitsu, which is fair against Gilbert fucking Burns.
Gilbert fucking Burns, the guy who has one fucking sub in his whole career. Gilbert fucking Burns. Gilbert fucking Burns. He has one sub in his whole career, and it was against Neil fucking Magny. Fuck, man. Sorry for the ear rape. Oh my gosh. Now, I want to butt in and say his only submission win is not against Neil Magny, okay? But I should have said his most notable submission win is against Neil Magny, because if you really look at his other submission wins, it's like, exactly, you can't even name the people. So my point was that Neil Magny was his most notable submission win, and that was only in the last few years. Like, the Neil Magny fight was a couple of years ago. Before that, you have to go a little bit further back to get his other submission wins. So that was my point. This is why I'm doing this video. If you're going to make the points for Khamzat Chimaev, make the right points. Don't just do this MMA math bullshit of like, it's Gilbert fucking Burns. It's Gilbert fucking Burns. Of course he'd be scared to grapple. It's Gilbert fucking Burns. Who the fuck is scared to wrestle with Gilbert Burns? It's Gilbert Burns. But Adesanya's not a good win, but Gilbert Burns is? The fuck? This has got to be rage bait, man. Adesanya is such a shit. It's Adesanya. Adesanya's washed. But Gilbert Burns is such an amazing fucking win. Oh, you should be scared. You don't want to be there with Gilbert Burns, folks. You don't want to be there with Gilbert fucking Burns, folks. What kind of brain rot ass video is this, man? This is like, oh, he calls himself a hardcore at the beginning, then proceeds to have 23 minutes of the most casual MMA math bullshit. I'm sorry, I like Bedtime. I didn't want to go into this being antagonistic. Fuck. It's like, make the right arguments in favor of Khamzat. Don't make the wrong arguments. Because then now you're looking like a casual. Your takes, you're sounding like a casual. You know?
Never seen him fight.
But I could already see the Bedtime fans coming in the comment. Oh, but Bedtime has more subs than you, bro. Bedtime owns you, bro. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Of course he has more subs. He's been doing it for 4 times as long as I have. But honestly, I don't care. My point is to just refute his claims. This is not about me shitting on Bedtime. Again, I'm a fan of his. I'm going to continue to watch his videos after this. Like, I don't care. But this is a dumb video. It just is. I'm sorry. We'll see what other points he makes.
Like that since. It's almost like, oh man, it's almost like he learned a lesson from that. It's almost like he improved from that fight. Damn, it's almost like that's a good thing that happened. And the narrative that he gassed out, he literally won the 3rd round. He almost finished him. Rewatch the fight. Please tell me I'm wrong. Tell me there's not a moment in round 3 where John Anik literally goes, oh, and Burns is on the ropes here. Looks like he's about to get finished because he's up
against God, he almost finished Gilbert Burns. He almost finished Gilbert Burns. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, John Anik was screaming. John Anik was cumming his pants because he almost finished Gilbert Burns. Oh my God, I'm going to come. Like, shut the come on, bro.
Fence shelling up. Gassed out also. Because it was a crazy back and forth fight.
And DDP almost finished Strickland in his last fight. Is Strickland any less of a fighter than Burns for you to be bigging up this Burns win so much?
Great fight, by the way. Love rewatching it. But Burns clearly...
And it is a great fight. It's one of my favorite fights in UFC history. Burns versus Chimaev. I don't care that he almost finished Burns. I really don't. It's a solid win. Don't get me wrong, but he's making it seem like Burns is like Strickland, Adesanya. And by the way, this was at welterweight, this fight. We're talking about him facing Dricus du Plessis, a middleweight. We'll keep going, though.
I'll win that fight. It's genuinely... Dude, if Chimaev was American, people would be glazing the fuck out of him. I do not get the hate on him. I understand that...
What? Chimaev is the most glazed fighter in the sport. What is he talking about? Chimaev has an insane fan base. You fucking scroll through Instagram or TikTok and you get a Chimaev edit every 5 seconds on your algorithm. What are you talking about? Dude, if Chimaev was American, he'd get glazed way more. Any more than you want him to? What do you mean? He's so glazed, it's not even funny. He's extremely glazed. I completely disagree with this. If Chimaev was American, he'd be glazed more. He's one of the most glazed fighters in the sport. He has an insane amount of followers. He has a big fan base. He gets an insane amount of likes on every tweet he puts out. He's got a crazy amount of followers. I already said that, but yeah, like Chimaev is already glazed. I'm sure the embedded, if you put Chimaev in the thumbnail of UFC 319 embedded, it's going to get like 600, 700, 800,000 views. He's very glazed. He has a very strong fan base. Come on, bro.
That he's inactive, I understand the political side of things, I guess. Like, I understand the Kadyrov shit, but as a fighter, how the fuck do you look at this guy and go, dude, Chimaev fucking sucks, dude. Nah, dude, we don't want this guy as a champion. If he can fight...
Nobody wants him as champ. Who wants a guy that fights once a year as champion? You just said, oh, I understand that he's inactive and that he's best friends with a war general, but why would you guys not want him as champion? Well, you just named 2 pretty big fucking reasons why, bro. Like, but you can't say, oh, other than literally him being inactive, which is a big part of why we want to see certain fighters as champion, like Merab, who's about to fight for the 3rd time this year, whereas Umar, we don't even know what's going on with Umar. He's fought once this year, took not a lot of damage, and now I know he hurt his hand, blah. Oh, his little baby hand, but you get my point. Like, bro, yeah, of course people don't want a guy who hangs out with a war general and who fights once a year. Of course they don't want him as champion. Yes, he's a fun fighter. Yes, stylistically he's fun to watch, but he fights once a year. Like, I would rather DDP, who's about to have his 2nd fight this year, which is not that crazy to be honest, but still, like, at least he's fighting twice. Khamzat fights once a year.
Actively, he would be a crazy hype champion, but I know he's going to be inactive. I know that's why people hate him. But let's talk about the Usman fight as well, excuse me. Again, won that fight. And the context of taking on Usman on short notice, I feel like I don't know why I have to run defense for an undefeated like Russian prospect guy, but here I am. Won the Usman fight against a short notice nightmare matchup opponent. That is a guy that is a top 20 all-time fighter, that is known for his 5-round cardio, even on short notice, that has amazing counter wrestling, had 100% takedown defense except for the Leon Edwards fight for whatever reason. But even
Okay, so now all of a sudden Usman's a top 20 great fucking blah, blah, blah. It was short notice up a weight class for Kamaru Usman. And here's the thing. Again, I want to bring back this point. He diminished DDP's win over Israel Adesanya, but now he's sucking the cock of Khamzat's win over Usman. Mind you, Usman was coming off of getting head kick KO'd and flatline KO'd by Leon Edwards. He then proceeded to lose against Leon Edwards in a decision. It wasn't a close decision. It was, it was decently competitive, but Usman, he looked old in that fight, right? People said, oh, he looks old. Then he, on short notice, steps up on a week's notice to fight Khamzat Chimaev, and he takes him to a competitive decision where you could have argued that Usman could have either won or it could have been a draw. Again, I think it probably should have been a draw. So, like, what do we do? Like, again, you're going to diminish the Adesanya win for DDP, but then you're going to suck the cock of the Gilbert Burns and the Usman wins? Really? Crazy.
And in that fight, Leon Edwards took him down, did nothing with it. Chimaev goes out there, takes this guy down, dominates him in the first round.
He did nothing with it, but he showed that he could get taken down.
10-8s him.
Oh, and he's going to... Now it's a 10-8, right? Even though every single person unanimously agrees that should have not been a 10-8. It was the weakest 10-8 round we've all ever seen collectively. That should have not been a 10-8 round. It was only a 10-8. It feels like almost a rigged scorecard just so Chimaev could get that decision. Oh, fuck. Shit, we need to give this to Chimaev. Let's make round 1 10-8 because it wasn't that competitive. Everyone agrees that was a weak 10-8. Everybody. Every MMA YouTuber, most MMA fans, we all agree that was a very weak 10-8. Now all of a sudden, but he 10-8'd Usman. Because again, what these people have to do, what these MMA YouTubers have to do, they have to diminish certain talking points or certain wins or certain performances so that their points seem greater. Oh yeah, well DDP beat Israel Adesanya. Oh, who cares about that? Oh, but when Khamzat beat Burns and Usman, now those are wins. Come on. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, that was a weak 10-8. That was a weak 10-8. That was a weak 10-8. Oh, now all of a sudden, you 10-8'd Usman. Now all of a sudden it's a 10-8? Now all of a sudden you think it's a 10-8? Okay, interesting.
Has his back, has submission attempts, lands ground and pound, has Usman completely defended the entire first round, breaks his fucking hand in this fight. Oh, dude, Chimaev gassed out, dude. He looked like shit against Usman. He broke his fucking hand, and he still won.
Yeah, he broke his hand because of what Usman did to him. It was the same with like when people were like, oh, Umar broke his hand against Merab. Yeah, it's because of what Merab did. Whether it's, but I broke my hand because I jabbed you in the face. Well, that should go to me towards damage then. I damaged you. It's not like, what are we saying here? It's not like Chimaev like fucking slipped and then his hand, like, no. It was because of something that happened in the fight. So it's not, he broke his hand. Yes, he did have a broken hand. You can factor that in, but
the fight. I don't get
there's context to it. It's not just he broke his hand and that was it.
Still clearly won the fight in the first round. 10-8'd him in the first round. Second round, one judge gave it to Chimaev. Third round, one judge gave it to Chimaev.
Again, all of a sudden now it's a 10-8. Before we all agreed that wasn't a great 10-8. It should have not been a 10-8. Oh, but now all of a sudden it has to be a 10-8 because my point, has to be right. So I have to then diminish. Whatever. Let's keep going.
Chimaev. Because throughout that fight, if you rewatch it, Kamaru Usman in the second and third does a great job of defending takedowns, but he doesn't do that much on the feet where it's like, oh my god, Chimaev's so gassed, dude. Chimaev looks like shit. It's like competitive striking rounds on the feet. And there's still moments in both rounds.
Competitive striking with a guy who is notoriously not a really great striker, that being Kamaru Usman, by the way. Like, I would argue DDP is a better striker than Usman. I would guarantee you DDP is a much better striker than Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns combined. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Especially with how much his striking has improved. His body kicks looked amazing against Strickland. He threw in a spinning back fist, a spinning back elbow. Let's keep going. This is going to be a long one, I think. This video is going to be a long one, but it is what it is. If you guys are enjoying this, you made it this far, like and sub. Let's go.
where Chimaev forces a takedown and takes down Kamaru Usman. As if that's not crazy to do or say. Yeah, let me just go out and get a clutch takedown against Kamaru fucking Usman on short notice when I've been...
Now all of a sudden, it's Kamaru fucking Usman. Now all of a sudden, right? Now all of a sudden, it's Kamaru fucking Usman. Yeah, because that was prime Usman that Khamzat beat, right? No. Again, I'm going to keep bringing this point up because this is the worst point he's made in the video. The Adesanya win against DDP. That's not that impressive. That's not that impressive that DDP subbed Adesanya, a guy who's never been subbed in his entire career. You know, he was winning striking exchanges against Israel Adesanya, a guy who, up until that point, was coming off of the Strickland loss? I think that was it, right? It was the Strickland loss. Then before that, he had KO'd Alex Pereira, the guy who then goes on to have a legendary run. But now it's Kamaru fucking Usman. You yourself said it was short notice. Usman was coming off of 2 Leon Edwards losses, one being a head kick KO. And fucking Kamaru Usman's not a middleweight. Chimaev is. It was up a weight class for Usman on a week's notice. Off the couch, I'm sure. I don't know how much he was training, but he was probably coming off the couch. He was probably just jerking off all day. Oh shit, they want me to fight Khamzat Chimaev? All right. Pay me 10 mil. And he took it. But now you got to glaze it because fucking crazy.
Preparing to fight Paulo Costa. That is insane. That is a crazy feat. If I'm like power scaling Chimaev, that's a crazy feat, bro.
Is it really? Is it really 2020? When did this fight happen? 2023? 2023 Kamaru Usman, really? That's such a crazy feat to you? I just disagree completely, man. Whoa, he took Khamzat Chimaev. He took Kamaru Usman to a fucking a draw. Oh my god, what a crazy feat, folks. Oh, but DDP subbing Adesanya in the 4th round? A guy who's never been subbed? Whoa, that's not impressive at all. What? Oh, but Khamzat taking fucking Usman to a draw? It should have been a draw. That's why I keep saying that. Oh, that's impressive as fuck. That's a crazy feat. Who's ever done that, folks? It's not like Leon Edwards just beat Usman twice. Yeah, the Leon Edwards losses have aged so fucking well, right? Those losses have aged so well for Usman. I know, right? Those losses have aged perfectly.
That is a Goku-level feat, bruh. And people hate on this guy somehow for that fight.
That's a Goku-level feat because he beat a washed Kamaru Usman.
Short notice. I'm sorry, dude. That's a complete...
I understand Usman just beat Buckley, but like even on the feet, Usman still didn't look that great. He wasn't even doing anything crazy against Buckley. He was just getting basic takedowns, and he was out-muscling Buckley. I'm not going to I glazed him for the Buckley win, but not to a point where it's like, whoa, did you see the scrambles against Buckley and the way he got the back and then he passed the guard here and got the outside foot positioning here and then the way that he slammed Buckley and then the way he pieced him up on the feet as well? No. It's Buckley at the end of the day. Like, as much as I love Buckley and I picked him to win, I'm not going to also pretend like, oh, well, Usman, he came back and he just beat Buckley. It's like...
different matchup from Paulo Costa. And a nightmare matchup for Chimaev, a big welterweight that could afford at middleweight easily, just like...
He said a big... Yeah, he fucked up. Yeah, it's a big welterweight. Not a big middleweight. He fought a guy up a weight class, man. I understand Usman's a big welterweight. I get that. I almost said it too. I understand he's a big welterweight. But he's at the end of the day, he's a welterweight, and it was on a week's notice. It wasn't even like he had time to bulk up properly. He was coming off the couch. He was a bit fat, and he weighs in for middleweight. But let's glaze the wins so much because I'm picking Chimaev, so I have to glaze his wins to diminish
Chimaev.
DDP's wins.
With better cardio than him. And even then, I rewatched that fight. I don't see a tired, gassed out Chimaev. At the end of the fight, he's literally standing in the middle, swinging with him and smiling and talking after perfectly fine. I don't see this like...
Oh, guys, he was talking. That means he wasn't gassed because he was talking and smiling. Oh my God. He was talking. He was fucking talking, guys. That means he wasn't gassed because he was talking. He was speaking with his mouth. Oh my God. He was talking.
Gassed out.
I'm going to come because Khamzat Chimaev was talking after a fight. That means he wasn't tired. Watch that fight. He was fucking gassed. Rewatch Chimaev Usman. He was getting hit with good shots against Usman of all people as well, by the way.
Rick Brunson, fall off from Chimaev. He won second and third round on 2 different judges' scorecards. So, I think...
I don't care. What the fuck? I don't care about the judges. Why are you bringing that into, So the judges gave John Jones the win against Dominic Reyes. I don't care. The judges don't always get it right. Oh, but he won. No. Judges' scorecards. I don't give a fuck. Like, the judges aren't always right. What the fuck? The judges gave Jones the win against Reyes. Does that mean, oh, but the judges gave it to him, so that means that it was right. It was a good decision. No.
Burns and the Usman narratives, it's like in the Burns fight, yes, he slows down in the middle of it from it being crazy. You could literally point to that in multiple Dricus fights. Izzy fight slows down, then locks in and wins. You know, Strickland fight slows down, locks in and wins. Brunson fight slows down, locks in and wins. Till fight, same thing. So Brad Tavares fight, it's literally the same thing. But one of them, oh, dude, Chimaev has 1 round to win or else he's fucked.
This is an L take because has Chimaev ever got a 4th round sub? Oh, no, he's never even been to a 4th round. I get that's the point, right? Because he subs everybody and he finishes everybody so fast. Oh, well, except Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns, which is like 2 of his last 3 wins. But Whittaker, he subbed right away. Because again, the Whittaker fight, that choke was so properly in, right? It wasn't like Whittaker's teeth collapsed on him. Like, yes, there is a difference between DDP having 3 5-round fights in a row and preparing for 3 5-round fights, and Khamzat never, ever having a 5-round fight.
And then Dricus is going to cardio mog Chimaev because he pushes through it. And even if, dude, even if all of this wasn't true, and I think that Chimaev's cardio problems are really overrated as a problem, and people underrate him and kind of make him out to be this fighter that he's not. Even if, for whatever reason, this really was a huge problem, and I understand that he's going to slow down naturally from the way that he fights, especially in the first 2 rounds. He's looking for a finish. Dricus is exactly the same, but they both have shown in their fights the ability to kind of push through and win late and clutch up and get a second win. Even if you're worried about this for Chimaev, right? And that makes sense. The training that he's doing, I really believe, is going to make a difference in this fight. I already showed you that he trained.
Oh, the training! He's riding a bicycle in his garage with Aaron Pico. Oh, the training! The training. Oh my God, I'm going to come because he's training hard. He's training hard for a fight. Yeah, because DDP's not training at all. No, DDP's just beating his meat all day in South Africa. Chill out, bro. I'm trying to beat my meat. I don't have time for training, bro. That's what DDP's doing. Him and his coach are just kissing all day. No, he's not. DDP's not training, right? DDP's not in incredible shape. He's not improving every fight. No. Only Khamzat's training.
At elevation, with an improved training camp for the Robert Whittaker fight to go 5 rounds against someone that's...
He didn't go 5 rounds! I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for screaming. He keeps bringing that up. He didn't go 5 rounds, though. I don't care if he prepared for a 5-rounder. He didn't go 5 rounds. Stop bringing that up as a point. This is a rage bait video. I promise you guys this is a rage bait video. He's rage baiting me. He didn't go 5 rounds. That's not a great thing. Oh, well, they prepared for a 5-rounder. If I prepared to fuck Margot Robbie and I don't fuck Margot Robbie, does that mean I fucked Margot Robbie? No, that means I prepared to do something I didn't do. He prepared for a 5-rounder. It didn't go 5 rounds. Who gives a fuck then? I don't care if he prepared for a 5-rounder.
You know, solid striker, good takedown defense. You know, Dricus is a lot more physical and a lot more of a
fucking red like a tomato now.
Robert Whittaker. He's a little bit bigger as well. But I think that, you know, to train for an elite level middleweight for a 5-round fight at elevation, that's a good sign if you're picking Chimaev. The last thing I'll say about his training camp before I talk about the outcome of this fight. If you look up Khamzat Chimaev Training Lab, he is training with Sam Calavita, the conditioning coach of TJ Dillashaw, in California with our boy Armin Sarkarian. Armin Sarkarian, he's living in a GTA simulation. He really is. He's living in Los Santos, and Chimaev's living with him. Chimaev,
guys, he's training in a garage. Oh my God, he's training in a garage with Armin. Woo! Yeah, Armin. Guys, the Armin that just took Charles to a fucking split decision, boys. Like 2 years ago, whenever that fight happened.
Rookie in a training in the garage alongside Aaron Pico.
Aaron Pico! You're the same guy that would shit on Aaron Pico every video. Now it's Aaron Pico. Oh.
Best strength and conditioning coaches in MMA history. This guy got TJ Dillashaw to the fucking belt.
Oh, the guy who took EPO. And I'm a TJ Dillashaw fan. I've always been a TJ fan. Even years ago, I was rooting for TJ, but like he took EPO. That's just a fact.
Regardless of the EPO shit for one fight, every other fight TJ Dillashaw tested clean.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they found EPO in his other tests too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like it wasn't just one fight he took EPO, which even that's a dumb take, even if they only did find it in one fight. Okay, so Bedtime, you're going to say this with a straight face that TJ Dillashaw only took EPO for one fight. Do you truly believe that? Really? Yeah, TJ Dillashaw only took EPO for one fight. Why would anybody on the planet do that? Oh, like, do you really believe John Jones only took roids for the times he popped or for every fight?
I think this is going to be a huge fucking factor, dude. And I'm really mad that I was kind of late to this video because I saw these videos when they had like 100 views. I know you're not, I know people, oh, bro, Bedtime's lying, blah, blah, blah. On everything I love, on all of your guys' life, dude. On everyone's soul but mine. I saw these videos when they had hundreds of views. Not thousands, hundreds of views, dude. Of Arman Saruki and Khamzat Chimaev training with one of...
What? Who cares if you... What? I don't... What's the point of this? They had hundreds of views. Who cares?
The best strength and conditioning coaches, especially for 5-round MMA fitness. This is specifically designed for UFC caliber championship level fighters. And that is what Chimaev is doing to prepare for this fight. I think that's a great sign. And I'm picking Khamzat Chimaev.
I mean, if Chimaev is on EPO, then maybe he's got a real great chance of winning this one. Just like Dillashaw was.
And I think that
and Arman. Oh, he's training Arman too, right? Because Arman's won all the fucking gold right now, right? The guy that just took fucking Charles to a decision. I'm always gonna bring that up. But I like Arman. I see. This is the thing. I've kind of like crapped on Arman recently. I just want him to fight. That's really what it is. But side note, that was just a bit of a side thing. That means what? Aaron Pico's gonna be a UFC champion too, right? Because he's training with this guy.
Cardio issues are overblown. I don't see him as this 1-round or 2-round fighter and then he dies like a cardio death. I think he can get a second win. I think this could honestly look like the Usman fight, but just extended to 5 rounds. And we see Chimaev win by decision. I feel like picking Chimaev by decision is actually not that crazy. Because
the Usman fight that was like, again, arguably a draw. So you think it's just going to be a 5-round clear Dricus win or a close Dricus win or whatever the case may be. Because like, again, the Usman fight was not some clear one-sided domination in favor of Chimaev. Many people say it was a draw. Many people even say Usman won. So if that stretched out to 5 rounds, what does that mean? That just means, I don't know, man. It really what it comes down to is that as somebody, and I'm not even making this video because I'm picking DDP to win. I don't care if you're picking Chimaev, but make the right points. And if you're going to make the points that Bedtime has made in this video, I'm going to just debunk it. And I feel like I've done a good job of debunking a lot of his points because here's the thing. DDP, he's had 5-round fights. He's had proven 5-round fights. He's subbed people in round 4. He's beaten people. He had good rounds 4 and 5 against Strickland. He's proven that he can go 5 rounds. Chimaev has never had a 5-round fight. That's all it is, man. Sorry, but if we're going to go off of what I don't care that he's trained for a 5-round fight. I don't care. Has he ever had a 5-round fight? No. So stop,
This Plessis, I don't think he's going to be easy to finish at all. I think he's going to get taken down in the first round. I think he's going to get potentially 10-8'd in the first round. But Dricus Plessis has so much heart, bro. Bro, Dricus Plessis, he's like a lion, bro. Dricus and Khamzat are not even in the same class, bro. Dricus is going to come with all of his heart all over Chimaev. But I think what I'm trying to say here is the idea that Chimaev has 1 round to win this fight is really fucking dumb. Not only when I just look at his past performances, but when I look at the improvements to his training camp that he made for the Robert Whittaker fight and the improvements he's making to his training camp now for the...
Yeah, because DDP's not making improvements.
Dricus du Plessis...
No. DDP doesn't make improvements. He just jerks off all day.
Fight, getting into even better shape and filling out even more as a middleweight.
DDP's not getting in better shape, right? He's just jerking off all day. He's not filling out more as a middleweight. He's just picking his butt all day, right?
Idea that it's like 1 round or 2 rounds for Chimaev and then DDP is just going to take over and destroy him. I just think that's silly. I think Chimaev is an elite level athlete. He's the best grappler in the middleweight division, the best wrestler in the middleweight division.
He's the only grappler at middleweight, bro. That's like saying you're the nicest guy in prison. Come on. That's like saying you got the biggest butt in China. Like you don't got a lot of competition there, bro. Oh, he's the best grappler at middleweight. And who's his competition? Fucking a Mavlov, a guy who's a mixed martial artist, mixes it up. Kyle Braho mixes it up and is more of a striker anyways. Paul Craig? Marvin Vettori? Brendan Allen? These guys. The only one maybe is like Anthony Hernandez. But it's... Come on. Also, it's between Chimaev and Anthony Hernandez. Yeah, it's like, bro, like, of course he's the best grappler at middleweight. Who's this competition? The fucking Air?
Division. underrated boxing and striking, solid jab, good uppercuts, powerful right hands. We've seen him chin some pretty solid middleweights, and I think there's a real possibility here that he
GM3, folks. That's a solid middleweight that he chinned. We've seen him chin some solid middleweights. Name them. I'd love to see you name them. Name them. Name the middleweights that he's chinned. Name them. You can't just. We've seen him chin some solid middleweights. He's not a middle. What are you talking about? Chin solid middleweights. He's a welterweight. He might have been a middleweight earlier in his career, but he chinned Ikram. Is that what you're trying to say? He chinned Ikram Laskarov outside the UFC. Like, what would DDP do to Ikram Laskarov? Come on. What did Whittaker do to Ikram? Obviously, he doesn't have the best fucking chin.
By decision based on landing clean shots on the feet, and most importantly, being able to take down Dricus du Plessis, get to dominant positions, threaten submissions, land ground and pound. Like I said, he has underrated.
If you're gonna pick Chimaev, now you're gonna say you think Chimaev is gonna land clean shots on the feet against DDP. Chimaev is gonna be the one that's gonna have the striking success against DDP. The guy who's, in my opinion, DDP is a much better striker than Chimaev. Much more dynamic. You know, yes, he looks goofy at times, but it's effective. He has much more KO power as well, more proven KO power. Chimaev couldn't even barely do anything to some of these welterweights like Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman up a weight class. But he's going to outstrike DDP because reasons.
Striking, I think that's going to be a factor in this fight. Let's not act like DDP is a fucking technical defensive maestro. He is a high IQ.
But Khamzat is, right? Khamzat's fucking amazing on the feet, right? Woo, because he has a nice jab, though. Woo, Khamzat, though. You seen that jab he got against GM3? That jab KO? Woo, damn, Khamzat. What a fucking striker Khamzat Chimaev is, right?
Q fighter, but he does silly shit, and he does get tagged up.
And Chimaev doesn't. And Chimaev wasn't getting hit with decent shots against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman. Chimaev didn't have a bloody face after the Burns fight. What the fuck?
Has improved his cardio. He's actively improving it even more. And I think in any grappling situation, he's a straight up better wrestler and grappler than anyone in the middleweight division, including Dricus. We've seen
Who's his competition? I already know. We've seen DDP get taken down by Brunson.
He get taken down by Bobby Knuckles. We've
seen Khamzat Chimaev go to war with Gilbert Burns, a welterweight. We've seen him go to war with Kamaru Usman, a welterweight. Come on, bro. We've seen DDP get taken down by Bobby Knuckles, and we've seen Chimaev rocked by Gilbert Burns. Again, you want to use old fights as you want to glaze Chimaev for his win against Burns. You want to diminish DDP by saying, but he got taken down by Whittaker. And Chimaev got rocked by Burns. In that same fight that you were glazing him for, it was a war. In what world does DDP have a war with Gilbert Burns? Again, I get it. He's a middleweight, but that's the whole point. DDP's a middleweight-sized middleweight. We'll see how much Chimaev fills out for middleweight, but...
Get reversed and nearly finished with ground and pound by fucking Darren Till.
My fucking Darren Till, man.
And
Gilbert Burns almost finished Chimaev.
Ragdolled by Derek Brunson for a round. Straight up.
And by the way, so Chimaev can improve from his previous fights, but not DDP? No, DDP doesn't improve. Again, he just picks his butt all day in South Africa. DDP doesn't improve at all. Oh, no. DDP does not improve. No. DDP just shows up to the gym and just fucking, let's go, bro. Let's go train, bro. And doesn't do anything. He just lifts some weights all day and then just calls it a day. But Chimaev, he's improving massively because he's in a garage. Because he's in a garage, folks. I don't know what just happened to my screen.
One entire round got ragdolled by Derek Brunson. People act like this fight is gonna look like Brunson versus DDP, bro. There are people out there acting like Chimaev has a Brunson level gas tank.
Nobody is saying that. Who's saying that? Who's the people? What are you, Randy Orton? You got voices in your head? Nobody is saying that. Who the fuck is comparing Chimaev to Brunson? What?
Are we fucking serious, dude? I think in this fight, DDP is going to be super tough to finish, though. That's why I think it could go the distance. But I think Chimaev has a solid chance, just skill-wise, and the cardio issues are kind of overblown to win this by decision, because I think DDP is going to do a good job defending submission attempts. I think he's going to do a good job getting out of bad positions, defending when he has Chimaev on his back. I think he has great explosiveness to kind of get out of bad spots and, maybe end up against the fence and get back up. He also has a really good sub-attempt game. Like, when you see Dricus get taken down or in a scramble, he's always looking for a submission. I think the guillotine is going to be there. He's going to threaten that at some point against Chimaev. I can also honestly see in grappling exchanges, I can see grappling exchanges where DDP kind of reverses position and then he jumps a guillotine on Chimaev and kind of ends up on bottom, and people kind of crash out about that. I also think that out in the open, he's going to land good leg kicks. I think he's going to land good step-up switch body kicks to the power side of Chimaev, and kind of keep his hand up. Able to counter him well. He kind of tries to take him down as they're falling. Out on the feet, tag up DDP with the jab a little. I really do, but I think that this has a possibility to be a decision win for Chimaev, and I feel like a lot of...
I don't know. I think that's crazy. If you're picking Chimaev, you're going to say, like, oh, in the early rounds, he's going to get a sub, or maybe rounds 3, or he'll get the sub eventually. You think he's going to win a fucking decision? Whatever.
People kind of underrate his ability to go the distance. I think they underrate...
Because he's never went 5 rounds. That's why people underrate it. How do you not get that? No, people aren't making up this narrative. He's never had a 5-round fight. That's why people are, quote unquote, underrating his ability to go to distance, quote unquote.
Ability to kind of get in a scrap and Usman, you kind of saw shades of that as well. But Usman fights a lot more tactical than Burns. So I think that in the grappling, Chimaev
Usman fights a lot more tactical.
Has a big advantage. He's going to be able to take down DDP.
Look who he's comparing. Usman and Burns, man. What wins? What amazing wins for Chimaev.
Control him, threaten submissions, land good
shots. And then his only middleweight win is against a guy whose teeth collapsed under it, under the squeeze. But not really. I don't think that's because Chimaev has such an insane squeeze he broke Whittaker's teeth. It was a pre-existing injury.
On the feet, he has an underrated chance to land hard, like jabs, uppercuts. I do think DDP will land some good kicks to the legs and the body and some nice overhands. And I think in a 5-round fight, Chimaev will be able to go the distance. I think he will be prepared to go the distance against someone that's so tough, that's so hard to finish, that has a good chin, that is durable, that does, even when he's tired. Because let's not act like DDP, again, let's not act like DDP is fucking Merab here, dude. DDP does slow.
No one's ever compared him to Merab. And yes, DDP does slow down, but he subbed Adesanya in the 4th. Stop, he's just repeating the same points. So let's just skip to the end here.
It's like people have this idea of him in their head that he's just not. When I watch him fight, I don't see this like chinlet with like no cardio and he's just take him down and lay on him. You know what I mean? This guy's looking for a finish the whole time, and I feel like he's down to scrap. He's down to gonna be inactive, and I get that.
Good luck trying to be down to scrap with DDP. We're not talking about Gilbert Burns. Oh, he had a war with Gilbert Burns, a welterweight. Good luck trying to be down to scrap with DD fucking P, bro.
I don't want that either. I want what's gonna happen after this. Maybe that's what we get, but I think regardless of what happens, we're going to get a great fight week. The nervousness I'm going to feel before this fight, I think that, but we'll be able to get takedowns, still be able to,
all right,
take this video very, very
all right, yeah, and then
very well. They're definitely going to understand my point of view, and they're not going to...
Well, I heard your point of view, Bedtime, and I completely disagree with it. We've been here for a while, so I'm going to call it a quits. I'm going to call it a quits. What am I, fucking Marvin Vittori? I'm going to call it quits. But, overall, I disagree with most of his points. If you're going to make the argument for Chimaev, I'd like to actually... I just think a lot of his points is just silly. It's like, oh, but Chimaev is training harder, and let's see, and he beat Gilbert Burns, and he looks in good shape, and that's like, it's just like a lot of his points are just kind of like a little bit of MMA math with just a little bit of like, oh, you watched him train in a garage, so you think he's gonna... I don't know. I think it's a bit silly. I like Bedtime. I'm still a fan of his, of course. There's no hard feelings here or anything like that. I'm still a fan, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I mean, like, this man right here, DDP, he's gonna prove Bedtime wrong. Look, I could, even if my video ages bad, and maybe DDP does go out there and he does lose a decision to Chimaev. At the end of the day, I don't really care, because I right now, at this very moment, I disagree with a lot of his takes. Make sure you guys like and sub. Become a member down below. Share the video, comment, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I don't know what else to say. And I'm out. Peace, Bedtime crew. Peace.